Hello everyone and welcome to another video with me, Rays, and today we're looking at the JP livestream recap for the Final Fantasy Brave Exvius JP side. And before you get overly excited, no, this music is not a hint to playing Final Fantasy Brave Exvius with Chrono Trigger. That's just not happening because of legal reasons. Sad. I actually am going to be playing through Chrono Trigger for the first time ever. It is a JRPG that I never got to play back in the day, and it is going to be a series of video uploads both to YouTube as well as playing live on Twitch for my first time ever. I will not be using any guides, I will not be using anything extra, I am just going to play through Chrono Trigger for the first time ever this summer. So, if you're interested, that's my shameless plug, but I had this music already loaded up from the live stream, which is something that just happened. The JP live stream did just happen, and it was interesting to say the least, because, boom, I called it. Final Fantasy X is going to be our Mog King for this month, but there was also some Final Fantasy XIV stuff, as well as some other stuff to talk about, so let's get right into it. Of course, there was the Raid Challenge, which has now become the Twitter Retweet Campaign Challenge, which is basically just getting gift tickets. So you can expect those gift tickets. The other news tonight was news and app news, Ultimania news, FanFesta news, and there was not a Hirai Noma this month, which was nice, but I gotta say that not having a Hirai Noma and still being an hour and a half long was a little torturous, to say the least. But taking a look at this one, you know, we have the basic campaigns that are happening now for trying to retweet and spread word. No longer is the Raid Challenge a thing that happens, which is too bad. The Raid Challenge was a nice community event, but maybe the community has just gotten too small on JP, and they can't redo it anymore, or do it anymore, so this is a way to potentially get the word out and try and get people interested in Brave Exvius. More on that after. We're going to skip story spoilers for the big reason that there actually are some story spoilers in this live stream and go right into the Shadowbringers content, which is, of course, Y'shtola. For the entire month, JP players have been getting DX tickets, and these DX tickets will be able to be used from the 29th to August the 4th to basically get Y'shtola. Y'shtola will be a free character. She will be a CG character as well. We'll take a look at that CG animation in a little bit here. But CG Dark Y'shtola, because that's pretty spoiler-free, is a magic attacker. She has a Limit Burst, AoE, Wind Spirit, ignoring magic damage that enables Quadracast, because that's what every mage is nowadays. Not faulting Y'shtola for it, just saying. TMR is a materia, 50% magic equipped with a robe and auto regen. Super TMR is a materia as well. A little disappointed there just because I was hoping for some equipment, but that does mean Y'shtola is free to have whatever equipment she wants on her. Gonna try not to say anything else about that. 20% MP, 20% magic on Confuse and Paralyze immunity, and 40% of magic equipped with a robe. Abilities with 6 elements. So she has, basically her Super TMR gives, you know, 60% magic up with a rod. Sorry, a rod. Did I say a robe? I meant a rod. 20% MP, some immunity, as well as some elemental attacks, which is kind of interesting. Also, there will be a special event for Final Fantasy XIV, an item world, but a special item world. Putting FF14 units in your party will increase the chance for rare abilities. This is something I like because there have been months playing in the past where basically Final Fantasy, or playing through the item world, I should say, has been really, really annoying to not get any rare abilities, and I like the idea you can up the chance with specific units. Also, just a shout out to Y'shtola. Her animations look absolutely great. I can only hope it was the 14 team that said, yeah, if you want to use Y'shtola, fine, but you have to make her look amazing. And her sprite and animations look absolutely frickin-tastic for a free unit. Gotta say that. And that's also a comment for something that's basically coming up here in a minute, but yeah. looks great. It's a special 14 item world rare abilities too, so if you put in special 14 equipment, you can get some special abilities for them. The abilities are a little powered up, because of course the 14 units are pretty old at this point, so it's trying to make them quite a bit better, but probably won't be enough to be overly special. But for people who really like those units and want to find reasons, could regular Y'shtola get a 7-star, please? Probably not. Anyway, new abilities for Y'shtola, Ida, Palpalimo, Minfilia, and Thancred. I do play 14, but I'm not great with that name. There will be a series, all of those units will get extra abilities from a FF14 series boss battle against the Ultimate Weapon from Final Fantasy XIV. A fight that's pretty old in this point, but cool. Interestingly enough, they didn't say that new Y'shtola would get abilities from it, but it might just be an assumed thing or something they didn't mention. Either way, I'm hoping new Y'shtola gets something from this new trial. With the Ultimate Weapon giving a lot of bonuses to very old 14 units, I'm really kind of hoping that the 14 trial will still have some bite to it, and maybe be a little bit difficult. The 14 fight is against the Ultimate Weapon is, you know, I liked it playing through 14. So I'm hoping that it will be really good here, but we'll see what happens. I don't exactly have the biggest hope, but yeah. There will be this kind of special event here with some extra equipment too, so definitely be on the lookout for that. We'll see what it looks like in the data mine after. And after some shameless promotion for Final Fantasy XIV, which I can always applaud because, hey, you can go try 14 for free. It's definitely a much better game than it used to be. Final Fantasy X was announced for our August Mog King. Again, I called it. Feels good, man. If this is going to be my last little bit of covering JP content, it's really cool to just kind of call it. Anyway, we get some new units announced. Isaru is a magic attacker, 4 to 6 star. AoE spirit ignoring damage adds to summon gauge. TMR 20% Evo magic and some auto summon gauge. We'll see how much auto summon engage, but obviously I'm just not overly excited about Isaru. And Isaru? Really? Not Braska? I guess they want to make Braska maybe a 5 or 6, like a 5 to 7 star maybe one day. So Isaru, it's what we get. These animations are okay. I wish something would have kind of popped out of that. But as for always, there always has to be a Fest unit, and this month we are getting 2 Fest units, and both of them are the 5s to 7 stars. Not like last month when Vivi and Freya were both UOC-able. This month, definitely not that. So this month, we have 2 5 to 7 stars. Of course, one of them is Tidus. There's no surprise there. But the other one is Lady Yunalesca, who is a magic attack / buffer. Her limit burst is AoE damage, chance of instant death, and damage mods up on her LB. TMR is an accessory, 43 magic, 43 spirit, petrify and disease immunity, super trust mastery, materia 60% magic, 40% esper stats, and summon damage up. That super TMR is sounding pretty juicy right about now. 60% magic's pretty high already, but 40% Esper stats too? That's a pretty amazing super TMR. As for the unit yourself, you can see the animations being shown off here. Very flavorful based on the actual game. She is a Fest unit. You will not be able to UOC her. Too freaking bad. And the other unit is Tidus. CG Tidus is a physical attacker, buffer, debuffer. Limit burst is AoE, defense ignoring damage, unlocks special attacks for 3 turns. TMR, materia, 30% attack, 30% water resistance, auto LB, and true dual hand. Super trust mastery, true dual hand sword, 169 attack, water element, limit burst damage up, and 2-handed. So basically we already know a lot about what Tidus's kit is going to be. He is going to be a true dual hand character. He is going to be very focused on limit burst damage. And he is going to be fixed to the water element. Especially with that super TMR being the way it is. He should have the standard 120% debuff for the water element. It'll be interesting to see what he has for buffs and debuffs in comparison to some of the other buffs and debuffers that we've gotten. I'm not holding out massive hopes for him. And we also got to see his Limit Burst animation. And before we see the Limit Burst animation, I gotta say I'm not a big fan of it for a couple of reasons. It's kind of just silly. Like, all of the characters so far have had Limit Bursts that, you know, look really cool, but kind of act in the realm of reality, or of kind of what that character could do. This Limit Burst kind of shoots the moon a little bit. I guess for Tidus fans, you want him to look as cool as possible. But, yeah. Hirano, if you could run the clip. Hirano, where's the clip? There it is. And this music is absolutely perfect for right now. Yeah, he just DBZ'd a mountain and then teleported into the sky, like into the stratosphere to Limit Burst. It's a little confusing. I'm not a big fan of it because I don't remember Tidus destroying a mountain with a soccer ball in the game. But if anybody wants to link that video in the comments below, I will definitely ignore it because whatever. And yes, it's a fantasy, but still, come on. With a soccer ball. And we, of course, get a free unit with a Mog King. And this month's free unit is following the Blue Mage pattern that I kind of expected to happen. Now, say hello to... Wait for it. Wait for it. I timed this kind of well. It's going to pop up any second now. Oh, I snapped too quick. Ah, there it is. Kimahri. Kimahri will be the free unit, and I just want to point out, I think that Kimahri is one of the worst sprites in the game. I honestly have no idea what they were going for with Kimahri in terms of design. This is, you know, from the wiki, what Kimahri looks like. His proportions don't seem right, the face doesn't seem quite right, and more importantly, the eyes just look like the anime characters when they go, like, super shocked or stunned. Just those big blank white eyes. I am not a fan of this. I don't understand how you have one of the bigger characters in Final Fantasy X and have just the eyes look that... They don't look right. They just don't. And yes, I am hung up on this. Anyway, for people who do want him, Kimahri will be in the game now. And just by playing the Mog King event, you will be able to get him. He is a blue mage. He is a magic attack, debuff or buffer, limit burst, AoE damage, and AoE full break. TMR, materia, 30% attack, HP, magic, limit burst per turn. Super TMR is a spear, 177 attack with high jump. Basically ups jump damage. I think the Spear Super TMR will be absolutely 100% worth it. Given some of the jumpers that we've seen, I think that Kimahri might be really, really good. So we'll see what happens. He is blue magic, which you can get by getting event points and then going to do the challenges with Kimahri. AoE fire damage, single target damage, AoE petrify, AoE water damage, and AoE defense, spirit, fire, thunder, water resistance up. So, interesting. We'll see what Kimahri looks like in the end with his blue mage abilities. But yeah, similar thing to Quina. I would expect Selphie at this point to really follow the exact same suit. I'm really expecting Selphie to be the free unit, which is kind of disappointing because I want Selphie to be the most amazing character ever. Why not? And of course, Final Fantasy X will also be getting not only the Mog King event, but in the tradition lately, we will also see the series boss battle for Final Fantasy X against Braska's Final Aeon. The series boss battle will give bonuses to Final Fantasy X characters, as expected. Active ability for Tidus were shown off as a cooldown, usable once every 4 turns, with single target 2 times damage, as well as gradual water imperil, and is passive ability 40% attack, 40% defense, 40% spirit, and true dual hand. So, of course, these abilities are always desired, but yes, 2 series boss battles. This is probably to make up for the fact that there are no trials to be seen for a bit. However, there was shown off a brand new event that will be happening in August. It is called Dark Visions. You will be graded from B to SS rating on 5 criterias: attack, damage, DWN or down, turn, and chain. Basically, if you can get the biggest damage in 1 turn, the biggest amount of mitigated damage in 1 turn, the least amount of dead units, fastest clear, and biggest chain. So it is basically EPing the event. Nothing wrong with it per se, but in terms of the details, we don't really know much about it, just that it takes place in the far plane and you will be fighting strange enemies, or possibly just reskinned enemies. Again, this is brand new, so we'll see what happens. There's also something planned for summer or summer unit. It will be announced at a later date. No more details. We'll see what happens. Other than that, there were some UI changes that were announced, and I have to actually find them in here. First of all, the guild level cap will be going up from 200 million gil to 500 million gil. I think this is something global players have been asking for a while, and hey, it's on the horizon, although you're going to have to wait for a while. And the other thing that will be changing is the, I guess, the UI changes for step-up banners. You'll be able to get information directly on the screen of TMR, Super TMR, animations, all in this kind of new UI. However, it should be noted that this UI is kind of disappointing, as apparently this person has 0 lapis, and probably will still have 0 lapis. But yeah, that's basically it. I should also say that there was a campaign for anybody for Final Fantasy X, where if you play the PC version on the Japanese version and you spend $500 US, basically, they give you a free copy of Tidus, the new CG Tidus, so spend away. Anyway, continuing on, that's basically it for the UI changes. You can see them demonstrated here, nothing overly impressive. However, what was kind of surprising, well, okay, there are going to be some summer events, and if you remember last month, there was the 39 million download, or yeah, the 39 million download. Well, say hello to the 40 million download! We're desperate to get more events to keep players playing and nobody leaving the game. There's do daily events get rewards, and there is a possible raffle. And this raffle is absolutely freaking huge for anybody who is interested, but I am going to say this with a big thing. First of all, it is open only to JP residents. So anybody who lives outside of Japan or does not have a permanent Japanese residence or residence card will not be able to win jack shit from this. Please don't enter. You're not helping anyone. But there are 3 campaigns, and each one of these, the grand prize is 1 million yen, which is basically about $10,000 in real life. Yes, they are actually going to give $10,000 to 3 different people over 3 periods of 10 days. There are other prizes too. In the first raffle, you'll see there is a 8-day trip to Germany, I do believe, and yeah, it's for one group of 2 people, you get to go to Germany. So best of luck to anyone to win that. And there are also a lot of Amazon gift cards. 200 people win 4,000 yen worth of Amazon gift cards. So that is the first one. In the second one, there are basically some really, again, there's the 100 million yen, or 1 million yen, sorry. I want to say 100 million yen because I want to believe that they're giving away $1 million. Sorry, anyway, there are the Amazon gift cards, but there is a kind of a high quality restaurant or beef, something like that, and some 55-inch TVs. So there's a fair amount of prizes to win for this, but this to me screams, please keep playing the game. Like, this is desperation incarnate, but basically you do these quests every day. You can be entered into the raffle. Best of luck to all JP players and anyone living in Japan who is playing in English watching this video. As for global players, I can already hear you guys being annoyed about this. This is for JP players. try to be civil, as Nazda would say in any JP forum. Anyway, there was also a 40 million download TV commercial, which has Blue Mage Fina's CG Limit Burst. I guess it's going to be added to the game relatively soon. Here it is. It's coming right up here. There's also going to be stuff handed out at real-life events, too. Oh, sorry, I should also mention this. There will be 10 free daily pulls. You can get fest units from these pulls. Best of luck. Although, remember, it is the highlight, not the expectation. Interestingly, though, Final Fantasy X new fest units are shown off, so that's kind of nice that it does include the Final Fantasy X units. Anyway, August 1st to August 10th. 10 free pulls per day, and fest units are included in it. Here's the new video. As you can see, it also has Blue Mage Fina's new Limit Burst in there, so congratulations to anyone who gets that. And this is advertising it. Again, desperate to get players playing the JP version. Also using Titus there. But there will also be a slew of campaigns for the 40 million download. There will be free tickets daily for 3 days, so enjoy those 3 free tickets. There will be free Chocobo slots, 30-minute Vortex, 1 hour and 15 minutes, 500 Lapis Go Vortex-y thing on JP. And there's also paid promo points. I already talked about that. That's spending $500 in the ANDAP version, the PC version on JP side, to get some bonuses, Ultimania stuff, FanFesta stuff, and then there was some small talk about War of the Visions. War of the Visions, there was a little bit of chat that War of the Visions will have some history to do with Ice Veritas. Okay. And there was also Hirano hinting at a collaboration in August. Now, if you live in Japan, or if you've been following some stuff in Japan, there is a big movie summer event coming out, Dragon Quest Your Story, which is supposed to be a new CG movie that I believe follows Dragon Quest V. Don't kill me! I don't know Dragon Quest very well. But anyway, given that there is like a Dragon Quest movie on the near horizon, as well as Dragon Quest XI, and also Dragon Quest should be getting the Smash Bros. Characters this summer too. I fully see Dragon Quest getting a collaboration this month. So for anybody playing the JP side, expect some Dragon Quest characters. I hope they're actually heroes this time and not monsters, because while I recognize the monsters are iconic, it'd be cool to see some Dragon Quest heroes for once. But this is basically showing off the 40 million download. They will be doing some stuff in the summer, which has to do with, I believe, fireworks, handing out some fans. Because fans are super popular in Japan, because it's like super, super hot here. Like, anyway, continuing on. There was some stuff about the Ultimania, nothing really important. The Ultimania you have to pay for to get the good stuff from. Ah, pop my ears, there we go. And then there was a little bit of War of the Visions stuff. It looks like FanFesta on the JP side will not just be Brave Exvius FanFesta. It looks like they are going to combine it together with War of the Visions. This is less than surprising, but it looks like it's happening October 12th. So for anybody who's planning ahead, there you are. And they did show off some stuff about War of the Visions. Hey, look, it's all my kind of recommended videos. They basically showed off War of the Visions map, which is basically Lapis's map from Season 1, just with... I really, really wish I could get it to just show on screen. Ah, it's not going to show. That's fine. Either way. So yeah, that was basically the JP live stream. There was nothing announced for War of the Visions date, although it does seem to be hinted at either August or September, probably pushing it back to try and get the number of pre-registrations that they are hoping for. So go out and... do that. But anyway, that's all the JP news. I think I've talked about enough about this. Enjoy Ishtola, enjoy 10 if you're going for it. Enjoy all the free stuff. It'll be interesting to see if Global gets a 40 million download campaign, though. You can already hear Global players getting a little bit jealous. Yeah, I didn't say salty. See ya!